Hey, there's bears. Got a bunch of them up in here already. Good morning. Got a beautiful lady bear who decided to join me this morning.
You asked me to.
I did. Well, you decided. You didn't have to. You could have not done it. And I would have loved you anyway.
Oh,
It's the truth.
I love you too.
Hmm.
I'm awake.
She looks so excited to be here, Dom says.
I'm not a morning person.
Nor am I, but I'm working on it. Good morning, Mayor. Good to see you, sir. I see Feather. I see Steve. I see. Who do I see? I see Sovereign. Good to see you there. Um, we got Andrew J. And we got. See Uncensored Christian. Did I already say you? Just trying to acknowledge everybody's here. Mama, if you're here, I don't see you here. I'm not ignoring you. I made that mistake yesterday. Kikia, I see you. But yeah, good morning. Good, everybody says good morning to you too.
Oh, good morning to you
Just
too.
Europe. All right. So I invited beautiful Lady Bear to come and sit in on the show today because um, I was wanting to ask you if you'd share with the Bears from your perspective because I could talk all day long, which I would
I
anyway.
probably should have asked you what you were going to ask me before I said
Well, I kind of told you a little bit. We did sort of a pre-interview, and it was more general than anything. But I let you know, it just
that. Was I awake for that?
ish.
Oh, I wasn't awake for that.
Oh goodness, hang on. I'm gonna use this pop-out chat thing so I can just see chats strolling and don't have to see us in the video at the same time because it's distracting. Here we go.
All right.
I can see all these. Look at that. Bam. It's like giant chat now, so I can see what people are seeing. Yep, it's pretty cool. Thanks for those who like showed up early. I actually only got the stream up like 8 or 9 minutes ahead of time because I was really thinking about what were we gonna do today. Um, Always trying to figure that out. Sorry, I got an itch right here. It's bothering me. You probably don't want to know. So when uh, when you and I met, or when you and I were introduced to each other, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if you could share that story from your perspective, because I think I'd mentioned before that we had a mutual friend at the airbase that I'd known. Maybe I hadn't mentioned that before, and not to you guys. He he and I would always chit chat a little bit when I was working at the front gate. Um, Owen's live streaming at 10 a.m. Okay, thanks for the notice. I'm sorry, one of our dogs sounds like a demon spawn in there. Kirby,
Gerby!
do not kill your brother. That's not acceptable. We yell at these dogs like children. It's pretty funny, but not a lot of the time. Hey, you two, listen,
Come here.
listen.
Come on.
None of this demon spawn business. We need him alive.
Yeah.
So,
Hi.
this guy,
Hi.
a friend of ours,
Different buzzer.
Toad, as he's affectionately known, was coming back from lunch one day, and he had her in the passenger seat, and so he and I were just jaw jacking a little bit, just talking, and I'm letting him through the front gate there, and about a half an hour later, I get this email, and it says, the passenger of my car today wanted to know if you're married, and this is when I was pretty down the line of going through divorce, and it was almost finalized, and I said, what did I say? I said yes, but only until August, I think. It was like
Or you said
until,
something more vague. A little
uh,
more vague.
yeah, it was like yeah, but only for about another month or so.
Something.
He said emailed me back and said, "Do you want her to know that?" And so I said, "That depends. Is she cool or is she kooky? If she's cool, you just tell her exactly what I said. If she's kooky, you just tell her I'm married." Let's leave it at that. And I was tempted to say, just tell her I'm gay. I'm like, I'd rather just not be considered on the market if there's a possibility that that's gonna go south. It's gonna be a nutty deal. So, at any rate, you had a different experience with that whole outplay than I did. What did he say to you? Because that's always been funny to me. Gerby, it's not your show, it's your
He said something like,
show. Come here. You're covering your mom's
I
face.
have a thing for eyes, and so your eyes caught me, and so
Oh.
so I asked Todd, and I was like, who's that guy, And he's like, oh, just, he works at the gate. I was like, is he married, I was like,
Yeah.
let me find out. And he said something like,
I'm going to scooch a little closer because I want to make sure they can hear us.
he said something like, yes, but he said something really vague.
Yeah.
Yes, but
He
I
said
don't know
that.
if he said only for a while or something. It's okay, Gita.
Relax.
And I was like,
It's okay, Gita puppy.
oh,
Was it a squirrel?
okay. Never
Oh.
mind. And he was like,
You
well,
said okay, never mind.
don't you want to know what that means? And I was like, no, I don't want to go there. I don't need any drama. Just let it go. And then like a couple weeks later, I get a friend request. Like, Todd thinks you should be friends with Aaron on Facebook. I was like, I thought I said I wasn't interested, but Todd was much more matchmaker than
Right.
I was interested in potential drama. So we became friends on Facebook, and then from there.
Yes. We agreed to meet each other after the drill weekend. That's what we call it when we go out for our one weekend a month. Todd had the future sight, kick his ass. What was that? Then Aaron slid into the DMs. Or the DMS, the divorced man syndrome. So funny. We set up to go on a date, like after drill, a few weeks after all that, after meeting. And yeah, we went out to dinner. And then where did we go? We went to I was thinking it was the Mediterranean place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm asking you, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
no. I'm saying I think it's funny that I'm actually asking you. I'm
Yes.
trying to remember. Usually I remember that stuff.
My memory's not.
Yeah, I'm usually the one who has the memory.
Yes.
That's usually my department. She's usually the one that's more organized about things, and she's also the one who's better about trying to get to bed, like having a good bedtime. I'm terrible about that. But let's see here. So I took her out. I said, let's go meet at this Mediterranean restaurant, and it was as Americanized as you could be Mediterranean, though. It was pretty cool, falafel and stuffed grape
Yeah.
leaves. That was the thing.
Yeah.
You're not a fan, but Jackson is.
Yes.
Right. And I love those too. Let's see.
Then we went for a walk.
Went for a walk on Grandview Drive, and we sat on that bench that's in that picture on our Catuga. You are all up in this interview. It's like, this is Gerby's day, right? This is my show now. So, yeah, and we quickly realized that this was a good thing, and at least I did. I was figuring it out.
Oh yeah. I knew from the beginning.
Yeah, and you had this phrase that you threw at me an awful lot, because I was like they're saying here, I had the divorced man syndrome. I was a little nervous, so I wanted to take it slow, but you were saying, well, I'm going to stack the deck, You know, in the
I never
meantime.
said that out
You
loud.
said that several times out loud. You said
Not
I'll
in
be
the
dead.
beginning,
No, you. Well, no, not at
but
the
once
first
I
date.
started doing it.
Right, exactly. You openly
Yes.
told me it's open season. Like I am stacking the deck.
Yeah.
Just want you to
It's
know.
true.
You declared that.
It's true.
Oh, sorry.
Dude, I had bought a wedding dress like a month after I met
You
you.
told
And
me
it was
that.
just a cheap little $100 thing from like
David's
David's
Bridal.
Bridal or
Yeah.
something.
You told me that down the line.
But yeah.
You told me that down the line,
totally-
and I was like, I'm so glad you didn't tell me that right off the bat.
Dude, I was like 38 years old or something.
It's
I
true.
was ready.
You were ready. Yep, she waited for the right dude. Well, I don't know about that. But I don't know if I'd call myself the right dude.
You're the right one for me.
Aw,
Aw.
you're my right one too.
Aw.
Pretty lady bear. We're gonna be so gross on this. So, yeah, she was a dog lady too, and that was a good thing. I'm a fan of
Oh,
dog
yeah. So, like, what was the second or third date?
lady. Yes, came up to go see Blue Man Group with you. You invited me to come see that after work when you were done.
Because I lived up by
health
Chicago.
department. Yeah, and then we drove from your work down to the Blue Man Group's theater near Halstead Street, or was it on Halstead? I forget. And
I
then
was
after,
like,
oh, you told me on the way down because they were driving into the city.
dude, there's something you gotta do.
Well, you said
See,
something
I
else
have-
to me. Yeah, no, go ahead. Say what you were
I
gonna say.
have this dog named Bear.
Yeah,
He doesn't like men.
she had a dog named Bear. All right, this is all like destined. Just
This
saying.
is her, not predecessor, but
Post-decessor.
Gur Bear is named after Bear, but we had this dog named, I had a dog named Bear, and he hated, he didn't like men for
No.
the most part, especially when they talked. So I was like, you gotta meet my dog Bear. You gotta get his approval first, because he's my dog.
Just want to ask a quick question. Can you guys hear her cool? Because I know I tend to talk real loud, and I know this mic isn't like the best. So if you're having trouble hearing, feel free to say something. But if she's good, tell me to shut up and not interrupt her anymore. You can hear. Okay, I'll hush now. Right, good.
So I was like, you gotta meet my dog Bear, because, you know, he's my dog. So he's gotta approve of you too.
Yes.
Well, you know. So Aaron comes back that night, and I made it clear. I was like, just for the record, you're coming in to meet my dog, and that's it. That's it. Like, seriously, that's it.
Yeah.
Coming in to see whether my dog approves of you or not.
Right. Like you made it abundantly clear. No other business going
Nothing
on.
else is happening.
Mm-mm.
We're gonna find out whether the dog likes you or not.
And I was like,
because,
yes, ma'am.
You know. So he comes strolling in, and I'm like, Bear, shh. Bear comes waddling over, warms right up to him, lays down. This dog doesn't like any men. Except Aaron.
Well,
So
two possibilities seem to exist there. Either I was just a really cool dude, or I was not a man.
well, we are married, so I can pretty much rule out at least anatomically number 2. So
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Encouragement.
so yes.
Boom.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Hear you.
Bear approved of you, so that made it all good.
BAD approved. Bear Anderson, the dog, approved.
Yes.
Confirmed, BDB is a man. Kiki said, animals know. There was a cat that hated everyone except her. That's funny.
Nice. Yeah, they do.
Or both a really cool non-man. You could be both at the same time, really cool and a non-man. Dom, hashtag BDB was not a man. This is what this is like. This is what happens. Imagine what happens when this is like 10 times the size, you know, and we have all kinds of more insanity.
Jeez.
Gerby, what was it like when you first met me?
I was at the pound and I was in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a cage with my sister and some other dog from another litter, and I was really little, and they just took me away from my mom.
This is also what she's gonna do. Come
And
be on her phone in the middle of the live stream.
I was trying to bring up a picture of when I was a baby.
Oh, okay, so that's legitimate. All right. Mama Bear says she was telling Kikia, but she's telling the group too. Kikia, I used to have an attack cat. She's laughing about it, and she said she drew blood on a plumber because she didn't like his ringtone.
Wow.
Sorry, Mama Bear, that's hilarious. Had to share that. Oh man.
Let's see.
I mean, you kind of already shared it, but.
Whether you guys would be able to. Hey, where'd it go?
Oh. You love that kid.
Where's the?
It's right there.
I don't know.
Does it show up?
You guys see that picture?
Hang on. That's baby Gerby.
At the pound.
In,
Who's that? Hi.
Yep. Baby Gerby puppy. Oh goodness. Maybe one of these days when I get that video thing working, we'll show more stuff. If you want to see more on that, go to peoriadogs.com. PEORIADOGS.com. Hey, guess what I could do?
And then Mom came and saw me, and she liked me, and she thought I was cute, and she was real sweet, and then she sent you to come see me, and you fell for me too, like a rock.
Yeah, I totally did. Dang it.
And it was very loud in that place, and it was a lot of weird dogs, and everybody was stressed out, and I was stressed out, but
Can't see your mom.
but you love me, so well, I'm talking, Dad.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
You don't
You're
need
right.
to move me out of the way.
You're right.
I'm talking here. Leave me alone. Let me talk.
I'm so sorry.
Don't ask me a question and then pester me.
I forgot that we were asking you the questions, Kirby.
All right.
Often the dogs will be talking in our home. Yes. How can I help
And I
you?
loved you.
Oh.
Still love you. I'm so glad you talked to me like that. I really love you, Dad.
You know, that tongue's been places. I'm just saying. It hasn't stopped me before. I love my puppies. That was so funny.
Hi, Chunk.
Oh,
Out of her
man.
butt, dude.
Yeah, it is kind of funny.
Hi.
Oh, Chunk has to get in on it.
Hi.
You know, Gita's over here to my
Alright, you
to my
pussy
left. She's a leftist.
She's special.
She's special. Let's just put it
I
that
love
way.
you, Gita. Gita's my favorite. I didn't say anything.
If Maxine Waters were a dog, she'd probably be Gita. Now, I'm not saying Maxine Waters is a dog. I'm saying if Maxine Waters were a dog, she'd probably be a bit like Gita. Or vice versa. I don't know. If Gita was a person, she probably wouldn't be a Maxine Waters, though.
Hi, baby.
She's pretty cool.
Come over here.
So, at any rate...
Are you jealous? Do you want to come up too? Hi, John. Everybody's jealous all of a
Dom,
sudden.
you're welcome to say that Maxine Waters is a dog. I think some people should say it.
Come on up. Come on.
I didn't say it.
I
At any
love
rate.
you.
So, at any rate,
Yeah.
something else of note that you think would be worthwhile sharing about us that you found fairly funny. Gita is trying to tell a story. Oh my. It's not food time yet, dear. We wait for 10.
Not yet.
We wait. I know Gerby's getting a lot of attention right now because she's smaller and she likes to
You're
hop right
jealous,
up in
aren't
there.
you?
Very jealous. Dom. No, that's Mayor. I'm sorry. Maxine Waters' breed is Hellbound. Or Hellhound, excuse me.
I don't know.
Maxine Waters is she a representative or senator? I thought she was a rep, but I could be wrong. She's probably a senator. Um, yeah, she's part of the Democratic Party, and she recently had been calling for.
Are they the conservative one?
You got to be kidding, right?
No.
The Democrats are not the
I get them
conservatives.
mixed up.
I love you.
Politics. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
she's basically saying that she's not a fan of getting into political debate and things of that nature. It's not
politics.
her right politics in general. It's just not your thing. You could do with that. You're not a confrontational kind of person. It's not your thing. I mean, don't confront her because, like, if you're looking for trouble, because you'll get it, right? She's a butt kicker. I wouldn't mess with her. Remember, SEER school, SEER training, right here. For those of you that know about that, Mayor knows. Mayor understands. She looks like the Predator. In a good way. In a good way. What's that face?
I look like the Predator?
Not like really. They're kidding.
Right.
Like they shouldn't mess with you.
Dude.
Yeah,
POW
she's
camp, the nice interrogator wouldn't give me the candy bar.
Who?
Like, that's messed up.
In SEER school?
Yeah. The nice interrogator
Yeah.
sat there the whole time with the candy bar on his desk.
Go get him, Gerby. Go get Chunk. Go play. Go play, kid.
And I was all prepped, you know. Rumor had gotten around.
Way.
This was
go,
the
go,
nice
go.
interrogator.
Go that way. There you go.
Sat there.
I was
Ow!
trying to get her to hop down because she was trying to hop down. I just didn't want her to get caught. There you go. Because she was trying to go this way.
Just gotta try to knock stuff over.
Yeah, you're right. I was trying to help her not do that. She was trying to figure out a way to do that.
Yeah, nice interrogator.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed part of that because I was Gerby.
A nice interrogator, like, you know, rumor had gotten around. We were up on the nice interrogator. So I go in, and he's got a candy bar on his desk. And he's supposed to be the nice one, and apparently he didn't get the memo.
Mm-hmm.
Because he sat there with a candy bar on his desk the whole time, never offered me the candy bar.
What a jerk.
I know.
Well, it is SEER school. By the way, they weren't saying you were the Predator. Mama Bear wanted me to make sure I told you Maxine Waters is the Predator, not you.
Oh.
And that makes a lot more sense. Is there a chipmunk? Is that what you guys are getting at? They're like knocking things over behind us.
Oh, and the lady in SEER school, like this one really
They said, what a douche. Give the woman a candy bar.
gigantic lady. She's like, talk. And I was like, you know, I didn't say anything.
Uh-huh.
And she smacked me, and they're supposed to, like, they can't hit you. I think they can't hit you with a closed fist.
Okay.
So she goes to smack me across the face, and so of course I lean into it. So she smacks me upside the head instead, and I fall over. And you know, to be air crew, you can't have like head trauma or whatever. So I stand back up, and like my world's spinning. So I'm about to fall over. So she grabs me by the collar. She pulls me in real close, and she's like, "You're not gonna lose consciousness." And I was like, okay. I'll do my best on that. She's like, "You're not gonna lose consciousness." I was like, okay. Whatever,
You
lady.
said so.
So she held me there for a minute. My world stopped spinning, and she let go.
Your world stopped spinning. And
After I kept falling over in one direction.
Right.
I think it was just my ears.
Yeah.
My little, you know, fluid in my ears got off, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You're not gonna lose consciousness. Ooh, I got another story.
Well, hang on one second. So I was making sure I answered something. She was a combat videographer. Yes, that's what I was saying. You followed her on SEAL units, or we were embedded with SEAL units. You were on like.
No, I did some training with SEAL.
Oh, you did
units.
training.
I never did actual combat with SEAL units.
Okay, but you did do combat
Some
missions
Air
with
Force
the
special
B-52
ops
bomber,
guys.
right?
Yeah.
Or is that hush hush and I just outed it? Well, you told me, so.
Yeah.
And I don't have that.
I don't think
clue.
I've told you about anything that
You
I
can't tell
shouldn't
me.
have.
Ooh.
But
That's ominous.
I went out with some Air Force Special Forces guys, but not SEALs.
I see you, Dom, but I
I
didn't
did
say what you said.
exercises with SEALs. Those guys are awesome. Like, they have long hair. Their uniforms are all scruffy. They're just the coolest dudes. Just all chill.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides you. You're the
I'm.
coolest dude ever.
Oh, pretty lady
In
bird.
that nerdy sort of way.
Well, thank you, because it's true. Yeah, I spoke Klingon on this stream a few days back, so
Yes,
I think
well.
that qualifies me for fairly nerdy. Whoever's over there better be not getting through the fence. I'm just telling you now. Dogs. Children. I'm not ignoring you, I just didn't see what you said. Oh no, that's an old tweet. White and Nerdy, yes. One of my favorite music
Isn't
videos,
that a
by the way.
song?
It was White and Dirty, and then Weird Al Yankovic covered it and called it White and Nerdy. And I've showed you that one before.
Yeah,
It's classic.
probably where I don't remember it from.
The only choice that I ever thought was hard was, do I like Kirk or do I like Picard? That's one of my favorite lines in
It's a
there.
tough choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Weird Al's the good guy. So your story. I want to hear this. I'm curious because maybe I've heard it, but I still like
Oh,
it.
you probably have. I've probably told it a million times. So,
There's
so
several stories you
the
repeat,
other one
but I like
that's
that.
kind of entertaining is for aircrew survival school. For training, we went to the altitude chamber
Yeah.
where they deprive you of oxygen to give you a sense of what your symptoms are
Oh yes.
due to a lack of oxygen, and then you've got to put your oxygen mask on, and so they give you this worksheet, to work on like math problems and all kinds of other problems. And I'm sorry, we have way too much headroom.
Yeah, she's a
The
videographer, so
videographer,
she
and
gets
it's
picky about shots, right? And that's good. I'd rather she be that.
Yeah, so we're in the altitude chamber, and I'm working on my worksheet.
Yeah.
And I'm working on my worksheet.
Dogs.
And
Hang on, I'm
Eda-
gonna grab my coffee and the spray bottle so I can calm them
good
down.
plan.
Feel free to continue.
So I'm working on my worksheet and doing these math problems, which I'm not so good at to start with. So I get to kind of the bottom of the page, like it didn't occur to me to flip it over, which is probably the lack of oxygen. But I look up and I'm looking around, and everyone else has their oxygen mask on, except for one other person, and they're putting their oxygen mask on. And you were supposed to wait to feel 2 symptoms before you put your oxygen mask on. So now I'm looking around, I'm like, well, crap. So I'm like, well, I feel a little tingly. And now I'm turning red. Like, I start to flush because I turn red when I'm embarrassed. And I'm like, this doesn't seem right. And so the instructor's like, are you feeling anything? And I'm like, well, a little tingly. They're like, really? That's it? And I'm like, the whole class is looking at me like. And so now I'm getting really embarrassed. So I'm like, I'm a little tingly. And I don't know, I made up something else, and I put my oxygen mask on. And then afterwards, like, I'm talking to my friend, and I'm like, man, everybody, I just, when I looked up and everybody had their mask on, they're like, I felt so embarrassed because it felt like everybody was totally staring at me. And she's like, dude, you were blue. You looked like death. Your lips were like bright blue. Your face was all like this creepy pale blue tinge, and like you looked horrible, and we just could not believe you were talking to us. So pretty much I learned if I start to feel the symptoms of lack of oxygen on a plane, we're goners, because I'm probably going to be the last one. So
You could fly it.
So at
right?
that point, I'd probably put my oxygen on and run up to the front and be like, probably find everybody passed out and then be like, oh crap, what do I do now? Put the oxygen on them and hope they wake up soon, because
You're cracking me up.
apparently I look like death.
I like that one. I always enjoy when you share
Oh,
that one.
oh, you want to hear the Russian colonel? Should I
That
tell him about the Russian colonel?
should we do that and put that out on the internet? Because maybe the Russian colonel is still around, might find you, might come
No.
here.
Well, that was like, I doubt it. That was like, should we not tell it?
I don't know. It's up to you. I was just wondering. We're gonna be on their list now.
We're totally teasing them. They're like, "What's the Russian colonel story?"
I know,
now
right?
We've got
Now
to
we're
tell
building it up.
because
Let's
I'm
see.
like,
Is the viewership getting higher?
there's
Like-
no names. I
No,
don't
it's
even
true.
know his name.
It's true.
I'm pretty
Have
sure
at
we're
it.
not going to start
'Cause
an international incident.
Probably
over this
not
one guy.
too much. Probably not too much. Maybe one.
So we went on this military exercise over in some country. Did I mention I don't have a good memory?
That's probably good though.
Probably something that ended in Stan or
Ended in Stan.
some country over that way. And we had like a party at the end and a dance, and people were getting drunk, and so I was getting ready to go, and this man comes over and he's like, "I'm important Russian colonel. You come back to my flat with me." And I was like, "Excuse me?" He was like, "I'm important Russian colonel. You come back to my flat with me." And he grabbed my arm, and I kind of flipped out a little bit, and I jerked my arm away, and I was like, no. No. And I started to walk away, and he's like, "I don't think you understand." And I was like, "No, I understand perfectly." And so I might have raised my voice a little bit. And so there were these kids that were airborne that were under 21 that couldn't drink yet, and so they were kind of doing security. So
Yep.
this kid saw that I was having a bit of a row, and so he came over and he's like, "What's going on?" And you know, the guy's like, "Oh, it's fine." So then like some other young Russian guy goes by, and the colonel's like, the colonel grabs him. The colonel was drunk. The colonel grabs him, he brings him over, he's like, "Here's the captain, you go with him." And I was like, "No." And the airborne kid is like, "She's with me," which was very smart of him. I mean, he
Yeah.
was a young kid, but he got that in that society for this old Russian colonel, he would understand that and respect that and
Stop doing.
like
You were trying
lower
to say
the situation.
yeah,
like,
de-escalate.
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 Yeah. So he was like, "She's with me," and I was like, "All right, fine, whatever." So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm with him." He's like, "Oh, okay." So then we start walking away, and he's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right." He's like, "Just go back to your room," because we were staying in like a storage room
Yeah.
because they didn't have like hotels, and we're Air Force. Come on, hotels.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we didn't there. This was the same country where like you couldn't flush the toilet paper because the septic system couldn't handle it. You had to throw it in the garbage. And they only had hot water like regulated hours of the day. So it's a pretty poor country, but yeah, so I went up to my storage closet and went to bed, and nothing ever happened, but
That's good.
important Russian colonel never got anywhere, so
That's also good. I'm a fan of that not having gone anywhere.
yeah.
Yeah. So people were responding to us like teasing them. By the way, they're like they're. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, yeah, like some of them were saying they're so glad that you did put the frame and shot because the headroom is bothering them too.
Oh.
But they're glad you're okay from that. They were like, "Gosh, they're teasing us. It's like watching a season finale." Leaving us hanging.
Should we tell them?
I know,
I
right?
think we should tell them. We don't tell them.
Kiki was like, "You to understand, I will kick you in the nuts." Is that
Yes.
you should have responded, right?
Right.
A feather made of metal. She really likes your shirt.
Oh yeah. So have you told him?
No, I don't know if I mentioned. Have I told you guys
So
that we've slept in cardboard boxes before outside in the winter?
in January.
It,
This year it wasn't so bad. So
yeah, twice now. 2 years in a row we've done
there's
that.
this fundraiser, this organization, Southside Office of Concern,
Yes.
that raises money to support things like on the south side of Peoria, which is lower income. And
Yeah.
so every January they have this fundraiser where they get a bunch of cardboard boxes. Like it's not as bad as it sounds.
It's really not.
They're refrigerator boxes.
Yeah, they're huge.
That they line up. And
Oh, you have a picture?
so of course it's on Facebook.
Well, yeah.
That's where all my pictures are.
Of course.
And
if I could share it here, I would.
we sleep on. So we spend the night. We raise money. You know, you get like
Hi, Kodiak,
a
by the way.
website, and
Harold Green's
and so
here.
we spend the night
I didn't even see him.
in a cardboard box
What's up, brother?
to raise money. Okay,
Sorry.
you don't sleep much
No, you don't.
because it's well. This year wasn't so bad. I want to say it was in the 30s this year.
Yeah.
But last year was like single digits, wasn't it?
It was.
It was freaking cold last year in that cardboard box. But you can bring a sleeping bag, and you can bring little hand warmers. And it's outside this big building called the Civic Center, and so you can go in and they have snacks, and you can get warmed up and watch a movie. It's not like really being homeless, but it is sleeping in a cardboard box in January, which kind of stinks. But so that's what these shirts are. You get a shirt and it's give me shelter
Yep.
a night to end homelessness. So we've done that the last couple Januaries, and they give you these tie-dye shirts, which are kind of cool. But that's what that's all about. Let me see if I can find the anthems. Hi, Harold.
I just sent another one, but I don't know where it went. Didn't it? Oh, maybe not. He says, hey. Big Drum. Ooh, Stampy Bear's here. What's up, Stampy Bear? Does your wife have a bear name? Yeah, Beautiful Lady Bear,
Do
or
I?
BLB. That's what I dubbed her. I mean, if you wanted a different one, you could have a different one. She's going to try to make this picture show up in the camera.
Wait a minute.
It does what it does.
It's quite the dark picture.
One
too.
day
I
I'll
don't know if you
learn
can
how
see
to.
it.
I'll get that software set up like this weekend, Dom.
Can you guys see a bunch of
That
boxes?
Dom told me about. That's
Let
the
me
thing.
hang on.
It was outside of the local civic center that we have here in town, and there was a bunch of boxes all over. They're just like, yeah, I can see. Shows up better than we thought. Yeah, super cool to see all y'all in here, man. That's so great. Glad we got a Beautiful Lady Bear episode. This is super cool. By the way, I know you got stuff you got to get going on, and I'd love to have you talk more about things. It is 8:43
That was my box.
Central Time.
Oh yeah.
Central Time, because you needed to know what
Right.
time zone we're in.
Thanks. I wouldn't have known.
Yep, outside of
All right. I got dogs to walk and things to do.
Is there a Love Bear? No, you are Love Bear, dude. You are legit Love Bear. All you need to do, though, you need to go here, Harold. On your ADNSAPP.com. Oh, why is not somebody type in the? Let's see, because I'm not doing it fast enough. Let me make it work. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, Dom. You got it. We got it at the same time. That was pretty funny. Just go to unbearablesApp.com, Harold, and go use your email address, and then you can secure your bear name. In fact, you can do it in Google too. You can create like a separate email address if you want, or you can change your email address to be Love Bear if you want, or just have a Love Bear address. So whenever you do bear related things, you come in here, you're a bear, you can show up as Love Bear, or you can just add it to your name, right? Harold Love Bear Green. Any way you want to make that happen. So unbearablesApp.com, you'll be in the Unbearables app chat, and you'll be Love Bear. All kinds of ways to do that. Yeah, feed the bear. That's definitely needing to happen. Good for PayPal and the Feed the Bear. Dig that.
That's what's in our box.
feed Big Bear because Big Bear needs some feed, right? Um, that's a good thing. By the way, if you want to study guitar, right? If you really want to learn about guitar, you can take rudimentary lessons with me. But if you want to go deep, if you really want to get like major education, go send an email to Harold Green. That's Greene, an extra e on the end, at hotmail.com. Is that the one you want me to send them to? Because that's a good one. Uh, you send him an email, or you just go to the GHM, THEGHM.org, theghm.org, and you go get signed up as a student with Harold Green. You guys can do video lessons and stuff, and that's the guy. That's the guy to study with on guitar because he taught me most of the stuff I know, a vast majority of it, and he got me to the point where I'm dangerous. That's pretty much where I'm at now. I know just enough to damage other people with my half information. Call the man Aunt B. What picture was that you were just showing?
Bear and you on that date.
You know what? I'm gonna go grab it. I've got a better one that can be seen better.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I've got the bear book.
I'm trying to find embarrassing pictures of him for you guys. I'm not having much luck.
Yeah. Missed that guy. There we go. I had to dust off the marriage book as well as the bear book this morning. Darn it. Here we go. So, she's talked maybe, or I've talked maybe, hey, ZK Snarks, welcome. Snarks Bear subscribed. That's awesome. Oh, you didn't comment. Snarks Bear, feel free to comment. Let's see if I can add you as a mod. Because everybody that comes in here... Oh, you are a mod. I've already added you. No, that was Feather. Hang on. Add mod. There you go. ZK Snarks, you are now... Enjoy. Speak as you will speak. I dig it. So, Bear the dog. Miss this guy. He was a Corgi Chow Chow mix. And he had Rottweiler kind of markings. We don't know if there was rot in there somewhere. That's beautiful Lady Bear and Bear. Yeah, he was a good guy. And I think I mentioned that I told the sad dog story about how he had the autoimmune issue and passed away. There's my daughter and him. Can't see it too well. This is 2 years ago. We were camping. She's having a s'more. He's like, can I have a s'more? And Bear likes to go running in the snow. His favorite thing,
Everything was his favorite thing.
Oh, Mayor, dude, you rock. That's awesome. He put up Harold's instruction playlist so we can learn from him. You were going to say, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
What was I going to say?
Oh, here's that picture of me and Bear when he met me that night. Now, the eyes have been, modified a little bit because it's more comical. I don't know how that ended up happening, but it's funny.
And adults with severe and profound developmental disabilities. We would go, he was so cool. We would go to this place that had people with, severe developmental disabilities, like in a nursing home that were contracted and couldn't move, and they would just lay in their chair.
Dawn's niece is using him as a drum years ago.
Gently. And they would have feeding tubes. They were nonverbal. These are severe developmental people that, in the past would have just been put in an institution and never seen. Now they're put in a nursing home, and a lot of didn't have visitors. But Bear would go, and he'd get up in their, he'd get up on a chair or something where they could see him, and they would, a lot of them would smile, and that was a big deal in their lives because they didn't have visitors. They were nonverbal. So he was great. He was a great dog.
She at her place back up north, she would put baby gates over the kitchen and stuff, or at the kitchen to keep them in there when she'd be gone sometimes. Well, here's Bear hanging out underneath the baby gate, staring at you. You can see those eyes. I don't know how well that pops up. It's a tiny picture. But
Now
one of his
Chunk's
favorites.
the therapy dog.
Yes,
Chunk and
Chunk
I
is
go
the next
visit
generation.
at a nursing home and the local cancer center, and people love Chunk.
People love the bear. Good,
They love
good
Bear.
boy. I miss that dog. Became one of mine very
We would
quickly.
with kids with autism.
Yeah.
He knew a lot of like sit and stay and all that stuff, and he knew hand signals.
Yeah.
So that I could stand behind a kid and be like, "Oh, tell Bear what to do." And um, a lot of times, kids with developmental disabilities or other things may not have great speech, or their
Military bear.
words don't come out so good. So
Fishing bear.
I could stand behind the kid, and so they don't want to talk because maybe their language, their words don't come out so good. So I could stand behind Bear, and the kid would say the cue, and Bear would be looking past the kid at me, and I'd give him a hand signal to be, and he would sit after the kid said sit, or whispered it, or it came out kind of muddled. But Bear would see me give him the hand cue, and then he'd do it, and then the kid would get the affirmation or the good feeling because he got to tell the dog what to do, and the dog did it. So Bear was great.
He was pretty awesome. Yeah, that was a rough week. It was a week before we had our wedding ceremony. It was so we have another book that she put together of photos, right? And that's where the cover photo from today's video came from. Our wonderful wedding ceremony at Starved Rock,
It's
right?
kind of a party.
It was a party because we were officially married at that point. Yes, animals are way smarter than we give them credit for. You're absolutely right. Very often that's true. Wonderful. Dogs especially. We Dawn had gotten a job down here in Central Illinois several months before we planned to get married. Pet therapy is God working through people and animals together. That's Blue Sky Bear saying that. I think that's true. I think that's largely the case because they have so much capability.
And they're unconditional. Like they
Oh
don't
man.
care.
Oh my gosh.
If you're in a wheelchair, contracted, maybe a little drool and in a feeding tube, and you can't talk. And Bear didn't care.
Bear don't care.
Bear didn't care. He just loved everybody.
Long Bear don't care. Who's this? I took care of this seriously autistic kid at a day camp when I was a teenager. Brought my golden to the overnight so he would be comfortable. It was perfect. That's cool stuff, Snarks. That's awesome. That's a new guy just came in, or girl. I don't know. I don't assume. I know nothing. But hey, thanks, Vet. I'm really thankful. I really love all you guys coming in for this. This is wonderful. Oh, cool, Mayor. I didn't know Harold had that video. I should have recommended that. I should have been looking for that. Yeah, I told you, man. Harold's got it all. He's the dude.
Harold's the man.
My dog smelled my boyfriend's foot the night before he went to the hospital. She knew something was wrong.
Oh yeah.
A feather made of metal. She's a sweet lady. Her boyfriend, Mike, I'd mentioned to you, maybe I know I said something about this. He's been in the hospital, or he was in the hospital for about a week, and he just came home recently. So she's taking good care of him.
It's amazing. They can like sniff. They can smell cancer from people's urine now, and like all kinds of stuff that they can smell that we can't. Women have noticed like their dogs sniffing their breasts, which sounds a little weird, but then it turns out they have breast cancer. Like they can smell when things are off.
You told me about like this whole group of dogs that are out there that like can go smell disease on people that are trained for it.
Yeah.
That's wild stuff.
Yeah. Seizures coming on, or
Yeah.
high blood sugar, low blood sugar.
Right.
There's dogs that can.
For diabetic
Yeah.
people, I can't even say it. Fred Nort says, my fraternal order of police lodge sponsors Paws of War. It's a therapy program that sets veterans up with dogs, and they visit other veterans at hospitals and nursing homes. That's pretty
awesome.
cool. HaroldGreen at hotmail.com. Yes, that's the email that I was suggesting earlier. That's the good one.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Bear was he was a therapy dog, so I took him out to visit people. He wasn't a service dog for me, he was a therapy dog, but he was he was therapeutic for me too, because I had some issues when I came back. And he helped me get out and get around people and doing more stuff. And I think it's good for anytime you volunteer and help people, it's good for you too.
Yeah.
Like, it's good for the people that you're helping, but then it's good for you too, because you're kind of contributing and makes you feel good.
Right. It's kind of like the other day I was watching some Big Bear, which is Owen. You know, his
Oh yeah.
kid. She knows. She hears it constantly if I'm listening to it in the house. She's learned.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's intense sometimes.
Yeah.
But funny. But he was talking about it the other day. Um, that he doesn't view his viewers on live streams as customers. He views them as people, like writing room kind of stuff. It's like he loves just being able to connect with bears.
Writing room?
Like, because he's a comedian and a musician, so he's like writing ideas and stuff like that. Writing,
okay.
Not writing like that. Although it could be that, with George, his
you
dog is bigger than
TMI,
Chunk.
so I'm good.
That'd be
I
it.
don't watch.
You'd like his ones with his wife Amy. She's pretty cool. It's like what we're doing now. This is Beautiful Lady and the Drum Bear.
In the
not
writing room?
Beauty and the Bear. No. They just do live streams together, like we're doing. Kind of gave me the idea. I will say, I've been encouraged by that. I've been getting some ideas. Here's a Beautiful Lady Bear and the Drum Bear together. It's one of our wedding photos. What was it? Your friend Sherry that took these?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sherry Cullen.
Mm-hmm. You guys, we had a Princess Bride themed wedding. Pauseofwar.org if you want to learn more about that.
Sherry was on my second rotation when we went to Baghdad. Sherry was the still photographer. Sorry, and I was the videographer. We were buds.
Somebody was saying we're so cute it's disgusting. Sorry, my nose is itching crazy. But yeah, we're grody.
Yeah.
We love it.
It's only been 4 years?
Yeah, just over.
We're still kind of newlyweds after 4 years, right?
I think so. I think there's still some oxytocin stuff going on.
Some of that
still chemically motivated.
On good days.
Wow. Ooh.
I mean,
especially when I don't tell her, hey, do you want to come on camera, with your face that way?
Yeah.
Get myself almost killed. Oh yeah, how long did we know each other before the 4 years? We
2?
Yeah, just about 2. Just shy
Almost
of 2.
2. Yeah.
Well, I knew of you since July of I knew of you even further back in like 2010, but I didn't know who you were.
Yeah,
I knew you were a
shot video
videographer.
of you.
Yeah, she shot video of me getting tased for security training, which is funny. And that was a few years before we met, and then a couple years actually, I should say. And then we met in the July time frame, but I didn't really meet you until we did our date. So just shy of 2 years. I got to get that Hot for Teacher going. I know, I'm going to play that one of these days. I got to get the drums set back up because I had that gig the other day. They're not back up yet. I wanted to show you one other picture here while I'm thinking about it. There was something I was going to talk about, and I lost my train of thought. I know I missed something.
Our theme.
Oh, well, yeah, thanks. Our Princess Bride.
What did he say?
Who, Dad?
No.
Oh, Colonel Saudi?
Yeah. How did he start it?
Well, I was going to get to that. Yes. So,
we had a great wedding.
We really did. We actually, when we officially got married, Harold was the officiator at our June wedding. That's what I was trying to talk about. When we got married in June of 2014, Harold officially married us, and my kids were all there. It was a wonderful ceremony. I really enjoyed that.
It was
small
just
little
him
thing.
and I and Harold and the kids.
Yeah, real small little thing. And then we had the actual one that we'd planned. See, she'd gotten that job, and we figured if she's going to have a job to move from Chicago area down here, why not just get married and live in the same house? Because we wanted to legitimize that. We didn't want to be doing that, let's live together before we're married kind of thing. I'm not saying we were perfect, but I'm just saying we wanted to try and do some things right. Figured let's start this marriage on a good foot. It's a good idea. So what am I thinking? Yeah, we got the ceremony going with Harold, but then we still had rented out
Starved
the
Rock.
Starved Rock Lodge. So we had to do the ceremony up there too, and have all the family come and all that jazz. So Bill Soddy, good friend of ours from the base, her boss for several years out there, we got him to basically be like the impressive clergyman from Princess Bride. He starts the whole ceremony off. He's like,
So everybody comes to the wedding and they're sitting around. It was outdoors.
It was.
And so everybody's sitting around for this nice wedding and we're all pretty dressed up. And I mean, everybody knew us. They knew we're not real formal, but they're not really anticipating.
marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
That's how he started the ceremony.
Marriage, that blessed arrangement,
Yep. It was
that
awesome.
dream within a dream.
And the whole place started cracking up.
And dying.
It was great.
My my cousin Eli Clockingay, he's an awesome dude, and he
Best man.
best man for the wedding. Yep. He and I really bonded those couple years after I'd separated from my ex and I was living in Emden, and it was a lot closer to him hanging out. And what was it now? He was the ring guy at the time. So at that point, he goes, Elias. This is Bill doing it. Elias, have you the wings? You know, and everybody was dying at that part. I mean, people still talk about that. Still to this day, people are cracking up about that.
Each of the tables had a little.
Yeah, in the reception.
Each of the tables in the reception, one was like the fire.
The fire
fire
swamp.
swamp was one table.
The Cliffs of Insanity
That was another table.
Gilder and Florin and the what was it? The Pit of Despair
Yes.
was another one. The fire swamp table had little like rubber rat toys on there for the ROUSs. It's so funny. One of my kids, poor guy. I love my son Jack. He was not a fan of even toy rubber rats, and so we had to try and not have those around him too often. Sadly, they probably got shown a time or two, but yeah, even those bothered him a little bit for a while because they are fairly realistic looking. It was kind of grody, but it was a blast. The whole time was a blast. It was the whole family getting together. My let's see, my folks are in there. My grandmother's, Dawn's mom, my cousins, my brothers and my sister are in that picture. My brother-in-law is back there. Got a whole bunch of folks, and then my cousin Eli's daughter, she was the flower girl. So yeah, had the whole bunch out there at Starbucks. It was a good time. Now this woman loves s'mores. Yeah, you gotta see that. This woman loves s'mores, right? She loves s'mores so much that she had to require that as soon as the ceremony was done, there would be a fire pit outside the lodge ready to go with graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolate set. So
when we first
s'mores.
mentioned it, the lady's like, yeah, I don't think we can do that. And
Right.
we were like, we may not be able to have the wedding here.
Negotiator right here. Just hardcore, hard
Sorry,
nosed.
no s'mores.
Yeah,
we
it's
might
a
have
requirement.
to have it somewhere else. And she's like, really?
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do about that. And then I would call her like every other day and be like, can we have s'mores? We're not signing anything until we find out. So this was our wedding s'mores fire pit. Can you see it? I can't.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I have the thing. I can tell if things come up with here.
Oh, good deal.
I should be able to if I look at it.
Yeah, we had a s'mores wedding.
It's pretty flippin' funny. Hey, Kiki, glad you could come by. We're about done anyway. We got to do our Bible reading and pray before she has to get going to work. And I've got some work I need to get done today too. But I'm glad everybody could join us. We're glad we could share some cool stuff. It's about wind down time. We've been at it for about an hour. But you're gonna go throw up. Guys are cracking me up.
Oh, this is too cute. So this
She's
is...
gonna, yeah, one more picture.
Look at those two.
Peace to you, Dom.
These are not our kids. These are friends'
Yeah.
kids. But they were very
friends of
cute.
hers that were hanging out. It was a pretty big blast. We actually, I will say this, we actually got our DJ for that wedding to play a Flight of the Concords tune, Business Time, so we could
Oh,
dance.
yes. Well, that was at the end when most of the people had left.
You still dance to it. You were having fun. I'm just saying.
I did.
Uh, that was a blast. Good times. Well, I'm glad beautiful Lady Bear could come in here, all tongue tied. That me, not her. Glad beautiful Lady Bear could join us for a stream. I'm glad you guys had fun and learned some ridiculous things about us. Um, we will see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Well, no, I'm sorry, it's Saturday, so I won't be doing that tomorrow. Um, but what we will be doing is I'll be back on it Monday, and there'll be a couple videos, maybe another one that comes out today from the gig on Wednesday night. I want to actually put out like another interview that I did with Jeff RBC. If you haven't seen the interview with Scott Anderson, he just tells an embarrassing story about me that you'll enjoy. It's fun. Um, and then I'll have one with Jeff RBC that's a little more like just about his background as a musician because he's a fantastic guy and I'm glad I get to work with him. Um, but then I'll have